Welcome back, Nail Queens, and happy Veterans Day to all of my fellow veterans who are out there. I just want to wish you guys all a happy Veterans Day and thank you for your service. Today I am doing a mani in honor of Veterans Day, so today's mani is obviously going to be like this very gorgeous olive color. And right now I'm just applying my peel base. So I've been using the Soul Dip peel base. I've been getting a lot of questions about the peel base I'm using recently. So that's what I've been using. I just apply one layer. I feel like it holds pretty well, but it also makes sure that the pop-off process works really well too. So I only do one layer and that's what's been working for me. I live in Texas. It's kind of hot and humid here, so that's my climate. So I'm using a really cool camo mix that I got off of Etsy last year. I actually sent this off to some of my fellow veteran nail friends so that they could wear it too. So I got this off of Etsy, but I know there's several dip powder companies that are coming out with their version of it. I'll link some of those below in the description box because this glitter mix is actually not available anymore. I'm so sorry. And then the olive color is from ManiBoss dip powder. It's called Olive You So Much. It is really just like such a perfectly rich, deep olive color. And it's so easy to work with. So it was like just such an easy decision to choose to use this color for my Veterans Day mani. So I'm going to keep this mani pretty simple. I'm going to use Olive You So Much on 4 fingers and the camo glitter mix on 1 finger. And the first thing I'm going to do is stir up the solid. I don't do this often enough. I really should, but it really fluffs up your powder so that it makes it easier to dip in. It's like dipping into clouds. My dipping process is going to be pretty simple and straightforward like usual, like always, but if you haven't noticed, on my fingers I'm actually wearing jelly tips, y'all. First off, I suck at jelly tips. I don't know how I was able to get these to work for me. I feel like it's a one-time fluke. Like, I got it to work once and it's never gonna happen for me again, but we shall see. I will keep you updated on my jelly tip success or fails. I was considering recording this, but I knew it was going to be a hot mess to show you guys. Also, look how flawless this olive color, like, it's just, I could drool. And then I'm just going to use this Cuticle cleanup tool to clean up the edges. You can just search water marble tool on Amazon and you'll find much cheaper versions of like these cuticle cleanup tools that these dip powder companies are coming out with. It was actually Kayla Marie, she's also a fellow YouTuber. She was the first person I saw here in our dip powder community start using a water marble tool to clean up her cuticles instead of like toothpicks and stuff like that. And then other companies really just started like hopping on that bandwagon. I love it because I actually love that the different colors that all these different dip companies are coming out with, like you can tell that they match their branding. So if you're someone like me who specifically wants all of your nail tools to fit a certain aesthetic and look like a certain color, I recommend shopping at like the brand or the dip powder company that has a tool that matches your aesthetic or your vibe, because there's some that have black and gold, some have black and pink. I like silver and like iridescent colors, so that's the one I'm using right now from All Powdered Up, and I love the silver and turquoise one from Kimber's Creations because like almost all of my stuff in my nail room is white, gray, and turquoise, so that really fits my vibe. So yeah, just if you want the cheaper version, Amazon water marble tool. If you want something that fits your aesthetic and branding, shop around at all these dip powder companies and see which tool that they offer. So I'm going to dust everything off because this is my first layer and I want to see if there's like any streaky spots, any missing spots, so that when I go in for my second layer, I can correct that. So it looks like my middle finger, there's like a big section missing at the top. So I'm going to work on correcting that on my second dip. But I'm just going to go ahead and stir this back up, do my second dip, and move on because I want to actually talk about Veterans Day. So I know a lot of people do know what Veterans Day is, but I remember when I was first active duty, I was active duty Army for 8 years, and I remember that on Veterans Day, certain people would tag me on my Facebook timeline. This is not a call out, it's a teaching moment. And they'd say, "Happy Veterans Day," but I wasn't a veteran. I was actively serving. I was active duty. Veterans are people who have served in the military and are no longer serving. I've also seen instances where Memorial Day and Veterans Day have gotten confused for each other, and that's okay. Like, if you don't know, you don't know. So there's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to let you guys know, take time to use my platform to let you know the difference between the two. Memorial Day happens the last Monday of every May. So I know a lot of us know that people do big barbecues. It's like the kickoff to summer. But for myself and many others, Memorial Day is a day to remember those service members who have given their lives for this country, who have given the ultimate sacrifice, which is dying for our country. So Memorial Day is to remember those who have died. Veterans Day is to remember those who have served. Armed Forces Day is to honor those who are currently serving. So Armed Forces Day is celebrated on the third Saturday in May. So it's really right before Memorial Day. So it's pretty easy to remember those. Memorial Day, Armed Forces Day are in May, and Veterans Day is in November. So I'm really liking this thin application with these jelly tips. Like, my goodness, it's nice and thin. Sorry, I'm changing subjects here. I just had to point that out. I don't know, am I making the switch to jelly tips full time? Is this a thing? So I'm not sure if you guys know, but there's actually quite a few ladies in the dip powder community who are prior service, prior military veterans. So I want to say Happy Veterans Day to Miranda from Miranda's Nail Creations, Shayna from Shay Does Dip Nails, and Emily, who is also on the Sparkle & Co. moderator team. She served in the Air Force. So those are just a handful of the ladies that I know of. I know there's many more out there who are either currently serving right now and still do their nails. So I know that there's a few people who were reservists and they would do their nails, but when they go to drill, they would take them off, obviously. So you can definitely be in the military and do your nails. It's just very limiting and restricting on what you can do to your nails. I actually started dipping when I was in my last year of active duty. So I started dipping in 2017 and I finished my military service in 2018. So my last year of active duty, I tested the boundaries of what I could do to my nails. And my leadership, they were very good leadership. They could tell when I was breaking some rules. They'd be like, you have to take that off. Roger, got it. So if you are a veteran and you're watching this video right now, I would love it if you would take a moment and leave a comment below letting me know what branch you served in. You can even let me know how long you served and everything. I would love for all veterans to let me know below because I would like to say Happy Veterans Day to my fellow battle buddies. Anyways, I haven't said that in, wow, years, the word battle buddies. I've only been out for 3 years now only. It feels like a lifetime ago. I had a job. I really loved my job in the Army. So I was trained to be a medical laboratory technologist. So I worked in a hospital lab and I worked in the largest lab in the DoD. So I was stationed at Walter Reed National Military and Medical Center and in the DMV area. I loved my job. If I had to go back to that job, I would. I love that job so much, but there became a point, the reason why I got out of the military was because there became a point in my career field in the military. I loved what I was doing so freaking much, but the way it works is you have to start ranking up and getting a higher rank, and when you start getting a higher rank, you have to choose the job that you want to do. Do you want to become a non-commissioned officer, like an NCO, or do you want to stay a tech? So a lot of people that I worked alongside with, the civilians, were prior military and they wanted to be techs. So they got out of the military and they became lab techs, working full-time for the DoD and just doing what I loved, working in the lab, providing patient care, test results for our patients to make sure they got the proper treatment they needed. And yeah, I remember one of my sergeant majors in my command saying when it comes time for you to re-enlist, you have to make that decision. Do you want to be a tech or do you want to be an NCO? Which one do you want? And I admire leadership. I admire leaders. I admired my leadership, but I knew how difficult it can be to rank up, especially in a hospital command. in my MOS, my job field, the promotion points were pretty high. They were in the 500-600 point range. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to finish my bachelor's degree. I'm going to get out of the military and I'm going to pursue a different career field. And that's what I did. Speaking of careers and career fields, and now that I'm post-military, I had this question asked on one of my posts. Rose318 asked me, are you a full-time YouTuber? If so, does it generate enough money to cover your bills? Also, do companies reach out to you for collaborations or do you self-pitch? So I am not the kind of person that is uncomfortable discussing money. I'm not going to throw out dollar signs for you guys, but okay, so I personally do not know what is the definition of a full-time YouTuber. Is it someone who quit their job to do YouTube full-time and their only source of income is YouTube and affiliate marketing? Or is it someone because I do have a job, I have a regular day job that I do, and then I do YouTube on the side, but I upload frequently enough that I can be seen as a full-time YouTuber. Basically, I have another job outside of YouTube, and this is what I do specifically. YouTube is a good source of income for me. It's not it's not a reliable one. You don't make the same amount of money every single month. And then after taxes, it is definitely not enough money to cover my bills. I'm not a huge YouTuber. I know I just hit 13,000 subscribers, but the money is so fluctuating. So somebody who has the same amount of subscribers as me, the same amount of video upload frequency, and the same amount of views as me won't make the same amount of money as me, because it all depends on the ad that is played on your video, the watch time of people watching that ad, the click-through rate of people clicking on that ad, and how much the advertiser is paying for that ad. Us YouTubers, we get 55% of the earnings that YouTube makes per ad. So there's all this huge technical thing into how much YouTuber makes. It's not the same for everyone. So no, it is not enough to cover my bills, but it is enough to fund my nail hobby. So I know that there's been some things that I've purchased specifically because I wanted to do a review on it and let you guys know my thoughts and feedback and give you guys information to help you make informed decisions. And having this nail fund from the YouTube income has really helped that. So thank you guys. If you guys watch my videos, if you watch the ads, I'm not saying watch the ads, gosh, don't watch what you don't want to watch. But if you do that, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you're funding my nail hobby. And to answer the last part of this question, companies do not reach out to me for collaborations. I've actually never done a collab with the company. So there are a lot of colors and collections in this dip powder world that were influenced by my ideas, because I have a lot of ideas, and I go to different companies. A lot of these company owners are my friends. There's a good handful of them that I go to consistently, and if I have an idea, I will pitch it to them, and if they do it and they run with it, that's great. But I have never ever asked for credit on that. I've never asked for them to put my name on it. I've never asked them to tell the whole world, this is Carol's color. This is in collaboration with Carol. No. I know that these company owners, they put so much money into the resources and their products and their creativity. Just because I pitched an idea to you doesn't mean I created the product, but I've seen practically magic come out of these company owners who have taken my ideas and then turned them into a dip powder or a collection. I just love it. It brings me so much joy to see the creativity, the process that goes through their brain, and how they're able to transform an idea into real life. So I do pitch things to them, but I've never once asked for my name on it. I've never asked for credit, and I don't know. I don't think I ever would. I know there's other YouTubers out there that do, and that's great. But for me, that's not the thing for me. That's not what I love art. I love creativity, and I don't care if my name's on it. So now that I've activated my nails and everything, I'm just cleaning up the cuticle and the side walls to make sure there's no extra gunk on there. Y'all, it gets gross. But I also don't want to sound like a hypocrite because I recently teamed up with Triple D for my first ever, like, I would call this a collaboration. I'm teaching a dip powder class. If you want more details on it, it's in the community tab here on my YouTube channel. And she is sponsoring it, and it's all exclusively with Triple D products. She's sponsoring my class. She's providing the products. I'm teaching the class. So I would call that a collab. It's just not your traditional, like the beauty YouTubers who like, I created a makeup palette or an eyeshadow palette with Morphe. Like, first of all, I own like 10 of their palettes, so I'm not dissing on them, but I'm not doing that kind of collab. I am doing a collab, but it's just completely different. I'm trying to give back with knowledge and trying to teach people. So this is the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me babble and ramble. And yeah, I'm loving this olive color. I love how thin these dips are on top of the jelly tips. Like, I'm actually really, really amazed at how thin this is. So I'm loving this. Happy Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans out there. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And here is the finished mani. I took a photo outside. So thank you guys so much. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I got more videos coming. Love you guys. Bye.